Hello, my name is Lucas Good, and today I'm doing my most ambitious wild camp yet. I'm spending 2 weeks along the Rhine following my team, England, at the 2024 Euros in Germany. Let's do this.
I'll just give a shower myself.
This is it, this is the football time. Go on, England.
Yeah, the Germans may not be that good at organising things after all.
Too many Scottish, mate, there's too many fucking Scottish.
It's fucking mid-June, for fuck's sake, how the fuck?
Colomwani, son of a bitch!
Fucking hell, look at this. That's fucking mad, that is.
This is probably the bummiest shit I've ever done.
There are ants, honestly, fucking everywhere. Embarrassing. She made me pasta. It's great. Thank you very much. One up here, I might as well show you. Oh, hungry. Oh, fucking hell.
A fucking bicycle kid!
Alright mate, how's it going? I'm going to be going across Europe, mainly Germany, and I'm going to be pretty much experiencing the 2024 Euros for as cheaply as realistically possible. We're going to be hitchhiking a little bit, I think. Going to be hiking a little bit, probably. All that kind of jolly stuff. All I've got is my handy rucksack. I did bring a Tesco bag for extras, like food and stuff, just for the ferry. But yeah, once I'm off the ferry, I'm basically sort of on my own and gonna figure it out from there. I haven't even bought like an actual train ticket yet. I've got the Interrail pass, but I'm gonna be just doing it as I go along. So the idea, since I've got tickets for the opening game, the Serbia game, is to spend the day in Dortmund at the Fanzone to watch a couple of the games, sleep overnight in one of the parks in Dortmund, and then make my way over to the Schalke 4 ground in, I think it's Essen or Herzegovina or something like that, which is pretty close. So on the 16th I'll do that, obviously watch the game that night, and then make my way down to Frankfurt for the Denmark game. Don't have tickets for the Denmark game, don't intend on buying them, but I want to go to the fan zone because I think it's going to be a good time, and then head back up to Cologne for the Slovenia game, the last game, and I'm going to meet my dad up there because he's heading there for just the Slovenia game. And pretty much I'm going to be wild camping the whole time, I think. I don't think I'm going to be staying anywhere. Maybe if I absolutely have to.
After having indulged in Brittany Ferry's thoroughly enjoyable entertainment package, for about 5 minutes, it was time for me to tackle my first task of the adventure, finding somewhere to sleep.
Dude, there's actually fucking no one in this one. They all went for the other one. Fucking idiots. Dude. There was legit like 15 people in this other room. Well, it may not seem like much, but I have sleeping bag, sleeping mattress, and I'm on soft floor, and I'm in a room with no one. So that's pretty much as good as it gets, really. I'm hoping to get a good night's sleep. The ferry arrives at like 7 AM. It's about 1 AM now, I think, or like 12:30. And yeah, you know, I'll see you guys tomorrow, I guess. Hope to get a good amount of sleep. See you guys tomorrow. Right, so I'm now in France, which is nice. However, I'm not actually in Caen. I'm in fucking Ouistreham, which is 15 miles away from Caen. And I need to be in Caen to catch a train to Paris. So in this situation, what the fuck do you usually do? Well, You could take the bus like a normal person, or boring person as I call them. But I think I'm going to attempt to do a bit of hitchhiking. However, I am on a bit of a strict timer. I need to get to Dortmund today. So I'm going to give myself an hour to hitchhike, I think. And we'll see how it goes. I wanted to find a McDonald's, but I think this will do. So my goal here is to find a bit of cardboard. Nope. Yellow one should be good. Yeah, I think one of those should do. And then in these situations, this is where we need something like this. I'm going to wait at this roundabout for a little bit with my trusty little sign, and we shall see if anyone picks me up. It is pretty early in the morning, to be fair, so it's normal that there's not too many people, but hopefully it will pick up in the next few minutes. We shall see. Well, the guy didn't drop me off at the train station, but at least he got me closer to the goal. I think he said I could walk it from here, so I'm probably going to try to do that, to be honest. See you in a bit. The relatively empty streets of Caen in the early morning were already making me fantasize about how easy the trip to Dortmund was going to be. I was filled with all the excitement one gets when they take their first few steps on a new adventure. So there was no way I was leaving France without getting an actual thing from a proper boulangerie. Because I'm not getting anything from fucking Paris, so I was definitely getting something from here. So I decided to get one of these like pre-made sort of roll things, which doesn't look too bad, to be fair. Soon enough, I had made it to the train station, and after a short wait, I was already fast-tracking my way towards the capital. Just got off of a train at fucking Saint Lazare. Now I need to get to Gare du Nord. I just spent 2 hours with some kids, and they were the most annoying fucking kids you could possibly imagine. And then I get off of a fucking train, I just want to go to a bloody toilet, and then you have to pay for fucking toilets in Paris. Right, I've got to find my way out of here now. See you in a bit. As soon as I made it to Paris, I was already onto the next train to get the hell out of there. Everything was going according to plan, until it didn't. I'm not gonna lie, boys, I'm very fucking pissed right now. My plan did not go according to plan. I was supposed to get on a Eurostar at 12:30 at Gare du Nord, and as you can see here, we are not in Gare du Nord, we are in Gare du Est, or Gare du l'Est. And the reason for that is because I was getting on the Eurostar and the ticket man said no. And he proceeded to explain to me that you were supposed to reserve in advance and you have to pay extra on the app, which I was never told. The feature on the app that says, oh, you need to book is there, but that feature was also there on the train that I took from Caen to Paris, and it was totally fine, although it was not a Eurostar. So obviously Eurostar is the issue. I assume I cannot take a Eurostar, so that's not great. So instead I'm having to take this fucking train over there, which is a train that is going to take me 14 hours, I repeat 14 hours to get to Essen. I'm no longer going to Dortmund, now I'm just going straight to Essen, because it is going to take me an entire day and fucking night to get there. There's nothing else other than Eurostar. I tried booking a Eurostar one, I tried going on a separate Eurostar, I got denied from a separate Eurostar, and I tried booking, C Extra, and it just wasn't happening on the app. They were like, we're fully fucking booked. It's all fucking fucked. It's all fucked. And just like that, in a frustrating twist of fate, my whole plan had been derailed.
Due to an honest mistake on my part, and not reading the terms and conditions like the idiot I am, I was now forced into more than doubling my travel time just to get to the same destination. But that wasn't even the end of my problems.
This is me on the train towards Luxembourg. We're quite close to Luxembourg, which means that we're roughly midway to where I need to be, which is not actually Essen technically. I need to get to Eisenberg, like the Schalke 04 stadium. That's where I need to be tomorrow. So getting to Essen is actually not even my final objective, and I've been googling it, and it's a massive fucking pain in the arse to even get from Essen to there. So it's like I have no fucking idea what I'm going to do tomorrow. I've been on some form of public transport since 6 o'clock this morning, with like hour breaks in between. Actually, well, that's not true. My longest break was probably that 4-hour break from 12 till 4. I was supposed to get the train, the Eurostar, at about 12:30, and then the first train that was available for this route afterwards was at 4:30. So I was actually stuck in Paris for 4 hours. That is 4 more hours than I would have liked, to be quite honest. It's all fucked, to be honest. I've done about 6 hours on this route, and I've still probably got another 7 hours to do or something like that, which would get me there at like, it would get me to Essen at 6 in the morning if I were to do this route like as quickly as possible. It's fucking unbelievable. I don't know where I'm going to sleep. I don't know how much I'm going to sleep. Like, how much am I going to sleep if I try to pitch a tent at 6 in the morning, and then I have to be at the other place probably by like 12? Like, what am I going to do? Alright lads, I've figured it out. The original route that I've been taking to Essen, which is where I thought I was sort of going roughly, is kind of flawed, because I get to a place called Koblenz at 2:30 in the morning, so in roughly about 3 or 4 hours, and then I have a 2 hour and 10 minute wait until my next train that goes to Köln, and then that Köln train connects to Essen, and then I would have to take an entirely different train or like metro system to get to the Schalke ground. In the 5 minutes that I got in Luxembourg and I got on the internet, I managed to find an alternative. Because of the fact that I'm staying at Koblenz for 2 hours anyway, I might as well just stay for a night. I might as well just, like, obviously it's night time, so it's going to be a bit difficult, but I might as well sort of get there, hope that it's a little town. I don't know much about it, but I've never heard of it, so maybe it's a little town. I'll be able to sort of find like a little place not too far away from the train station, pitch up my little tent, and get a good like 6 to 7 hours of sleep. And then this one says 7, but I'd imagine there's a later one. There is a Koblenz that goes with one change, goes straight to Gelsenkirchen in 2 hours, as opposed to like the 3 hours it would have taken me, or the 4 hours it would have taken me with the other route. So I think this is the better option. I might as well just get like an actual full night's sleep and then take the 2 hour train over straight to exactly what I need to do, with completely dodging Essen and going through Düsseldorf instead. I think this is a better option for me. I don't actually have any internet to like confirm everything on the app, but it seems to have gone through anyway, so I'm sure it'll be fine. But yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Obviously the hard part is going to be to actually find a place to crash at like 2 a.m. Well, not find a place to crash, find a place to pitch my tent at 2 fucking a.m. in a place called Koblenz that I know fuck all about. But, you know, at the end of the day, like, it's probably better than just sleeping at the train station for 2 hours and then getting on another train and then ended up in fucking Essen at 6 a.m, like, not knowing what the fuck to do. So I think I'm going to opt with that, attempt to actually get like a proper night's sleep, even if I'm struggling in the fucking dark for an hour, I'd rather do that than the alternative. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Next time you see me, you will probably see me in Koblenz, so I'll see you in a bit.
My new and improved plan was set, and I travelled another handful of hours into the night, thinking I would finally be able to lay my head down at Koblenz, until I was once again interrupted by a mini-boss in the form of this random train station's vending machine.
You've got to be taking me absolute fucking mick out of me. I'm fed up now. I'm really fed up now.
However, this was unfortunately not the last twist this never-ending day would throw at me.
Well, I just checked the app again, and even though it said train, on the description it says bus. I didn't fucking see it, and I reckon they fucked me over again and it was actually a bus. It wasn't a train. That's really fucked me over, that has really, really, really fucked me over. However, I guess we do have to sleep here for the night. So I think I'm going to get up and start making my way to somewhere. This is shit because there's no fucking Wi-Fi here whatsoever. There's no charging port. Oh, this is going to be rough tomorrow. This is going to be very, very, very rough.
In one last lift of a middle finger, I was now stuck in a town I don't even remember the name of. This was pretty much the last place I wanted to be in at 1 AM trying to get to a football game in a foreign country. But alas, I didn't have a choice. I needed to find somewhere to sleep no matter what. So with the last bit of strength I had left, and 2 packs of beef jerky's worth of energy, I set off to find a camping spot.
Either over there, or behind this fence. I'll hop this fence and go in that bush over there. Okay, let's do it. Fucking hell, that was a drop. Oh, fell on my nose. Right, this is it for the night. Well, tent set up, didn't set it up very well. Honestly, that took, I think, all of my remaining strength of the day to set it up. I know my back's gonna regret it, but I'm not even gonna put the mattress down, mate. I'm too tired, mate. I'm gonna at least get a few hours of fucking kit before I even think of setting anything else up. Probably be up for like 6 AM, I think. 7 AM because of the fucking bullshit with the bus. I need to get up earlier now, so brilliant, cheers. So yeah, that's that really. I'll see you guys tomorrow probably. See you in a bit. So I got here about 10 minutes ago and saw a bunch of people queuing up here on this platform, so I thought to myself, well fuck, I'm gonna go and have a look. Turns out the first train coming in is going straight to Düsseldorf, which is pretty much where I'm going, so I guess that turned out pretty well at the end. I'll see you guys in Düsseldorf. We are now in Düsseldorf, mein Freund. This one's heading to Dortmund and stopping at Gelsenkirchen. I think this is it. I saw my first England fans. I think some of them are over there. That's it, we're finally here. And it is fucking raining much. You can't make this shit up, man. You cannot make this shit up. Fucking raining. I guess I'm going to go out, I think, and try to find a spot to pitch my little tent. And then I'll get back and go to the Fanzone, I think. That's the plan. So I managed to find this kind of park where it's called Park Alma, I think, something like that. And this seems like the ideal kind of place because it's like only people who like walk their dogs and ride bikes kind of go around here. You're not gonna have people playing around and shit. And I think I've found like a little spot behind here that I could do. It is right next to a fucking train, unfortunately.
I quickly set my tent up in a secluded area of the wood, whilst also praying I wouldn't regret my decision during the night, seeing as the trains would be so close. But that was a problem for future me.
Right, so that's me set up for the day. Oh, look at me, I'm repping the colours, mate. Look at this. This is it, this is the football time now. Now we get to enjoy the day. Okay, it's all set up, it's all good. Unfortunately, the fucking organisers are right wankers because apparently they've set up the fan zone in a completely different area of the city as the stadium, which means it pretty much makes you have to pick between the two. Obviously they want like people who don't have tickets to not, you know, be anywhere near the stadium, I assume, or some fucking bollocks like that. So, you know, it's a bit annoying. So what I think I'm gonna do is, at least for now, definitely for now, at least until a couple of hours in the future, go around the city centre, be around sort of there where all the England fans are, and then make my way to the stadium after a few hours, you know, maybe get into one of the pubs and watch a couple of the afternoon games, because we're well early, it's only about 1, so, you know, got plenty to do, plenty of people to talk to. Hopefully I'll get to chat to some lads. Yeah, see you in a bit.
The droves of English fans started to pile up around the pubs at the train station, so I decided to have a drink there at first. Once I was done with my first pint, however, I noticed a lot of the English fans had filtered out towards the fan zone, so that's what I went to next. This ended up being the correct decision, as on the shuttle ride over I met a really nice Liverpool fan called Adam.
Happy to feature. Go on, England.
He was a really nice and easygoing chap who was out here alone just to watch the opening game, so we decided to join forces until we got to the stadium. He kindly bought me a few beers and we shot the shit for a few hours at the fan zone until midway through the Denmark game it started raining, so we decided to head to the stadium a tad early. However, everyone seemed to have the same idea as us at the same time, which meant Gelsenkirchen's public transport infrastructure was about to go to shit. After about half an hour of being held up by German police, they eventually decided that it was just not their problem anymore.
Right, so after about 20 minutes of us being stuck in that fucking queue, they've sort of just told us to walk it, and it's like probably over an hour walk away, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good hour. If we go the right way, about 2 hours if we get lost.
Fuck me, man. So, yeah, the Germans may not be that good at organising things after all.
Mate, the trains have all been late. It's a fucking joke.
It's mad, isn't it?
The Fanzone we went to in Düsseldorf was rough in terms of organising wank.
Keep you posted.
We eventually managed to hop on a city bus full of England fans that was heading towards the stadium. It was touch and go for about half an hour, but we finally made it there on time, which is what matters.
Well, here it is. Schalke Arena. What is it? Arena of Schalke, that's it.
Once we made it through security, I parted ways with Adam as we were sat in different sections. Regardless of that though, it was finally time to see England's opening game of the tournament, and the stadium alone made it all worth it.
Chanting England fans in the distance, and I'm singing Hey Jude. We won, boys. It wasn't very convincing. Don't mind the thing on my head, is because it's fucking raining again. I don't want my hair to get wet. But I'm heading home, boys. Or home. I'm heading to my tent. Boys, what a day. What a day. It's been brilliant. Long, but in hindsight, all worth it, you know. We got the 3 points in the bag. Bit shaky at the end, but the result counts, you know, is what counts. And all in all, it was a pretty good day. When I went to the fan zone, as I got there, I met this guy called Adam, and he was a laugh. And we just shot the shit until we got into the stadium, because we were sitting in different places, so obviously we had to separate, but he was a fucking laugh. And we just, you know, it was a good,
just a fucking long but really good day in hindsight. I'm really happy about that. So it's the next morning. I'm in a McDonald's right now. I was trying to find like some sort of local place I could go to, but to be honest, there's not really much besides like everything at the train station, which is like chain restaurants and stuff like that. So I thought, I might as well go to a McDonald's, get free Wi-Fi and charge up. So anyways, I was having a chat with Adam yesterday, and he actually told me that the fan pass that you get with your matchday ticket is valid for like 36 hours or like 36 hours within like the vicinity of the game, so that includes afterwards. Basically that means it's valid until 6 p.m. today, and apparently it's on the VIR to VRS network, which actually have trains that go all the way down to Frankfurt, which is pretty much where I wanted to go for the next England game. I was planning on staying an extra day here, but it doesn't really seem to be much here, and because of the whole fan pass thing, that pretty much gives me a free train ride down to Frankfurt, so I'm just thinking I might as well just go straight away. So I've got myself my breakfast. I'm probably going to go around the area, try to find somewhere where I can buy a Schalke shirt, and then I'll head off. I'm in this McDonald's, by the way, and it's like completely fucking empty at 8:30, which is like mental in my opinion. There's like one bloke working out the thing. Like, I don't know, what are you guys doing around here? Like, is there somewhere else I don't know about? Like, what the fuck? That's about it. So I'll see you guys on the train probably. Alright, so for those of you wondering what gear I'm repping for this trip, I've got a OX Fox 1v2. I've got, my backpack is a Caravan tall pack. It's literally just a shitty old hand-me-down backpack. Doesn't really have many pockets actually, which is kind of annoying me. The sleeping bag is a Unigear. I think it's like the cheapest one. It's quite good though. It's one for like, that's made for side sleepers. And then I literally just have like a normal ass fucking sleeping bag. That's about it really. You know, don't need to have the best equipment in the world. And I've also got a Tesco fucking carrier bag. That's about it. The only thing I could find that was close in the short amount of time I had left in Gelsenkirchen was this park. To be fair, it was a pretty lovely park, but that's about it really. One of the side quests I had on this trip was to buy a football jersey from one of the clubs whose stadium or city I had visited in Germany. I did manage to find the official Schalke 04 shop whilst walking around the town. However, the prices of the shirts in there were a little bit out of my budget for this kind of holiday. After a few more hours of walking around, it was already time for me to get on the train again and set off for the second stop in my 4-part saga. Right, we are finally in Frankfurt. It's about 7 p.m. Yeah, I think I got a bit lucky with the ticket actually, because it expires at 6, and the woman actually she checked my ticket at about 2 minutes to 6. So I don't know if it would have been like expired right on 6, but I might have actually been fucked if that was the case. But regardless, we're here now. We've made it. And yeah, so now the objective is to find some woods somewhere. Apparently dead south, or like I checked on the maps, and dead south there seems to be a good amount of sort of wood, and I think it's because of the airport that's quite close. So I think I'm going to try to figure out where that is. I don't actually know where I'm going right now. I'll figure out in a little bit. But yeah, that's about it really. So, you know, we shall see. I might have a spot, boys, but the problem is that there's so much fucking traffic. I don't really want anyone to fucking see me walk into there.
Right, now. Not ideal, but maybe somewhere off of here. Like there. Right, behind this tree. And that's actually not bad cover. Jesus Christ. Sorry, tree. Alright, I think I like this shelter here. It's not great, but I think I can flatten it. It is somewhere over there behind that far tree. If I can't see it from here, I don't think anyone can. I think we'll be good. Thing is that this one needs to be quite good because I'm staying here for about 4 nights, I think. So it's Monday today. I'm staying here till Friday. The game's on Thursday, so this one does need to be a good one. I did hear voices, so I've actually held off on blowing up the mattress for now. So unfortunately that's a job for future me to fucking regret the decision of later. But I'm not gonna lie to you, right now I'm very much in the mood for a beer and some food. It looks like that's the Fanzone. On my walk up here, most of my stress, I think all of my stress has completely left from my body. Not that I was insanely stressed, but I've been having to go from like place to place every day for the past like 3 days. I've been having to fucking move constantly, and now I'm finally like in one place for like 4 or 5 days. Don't have to worry about fucking moving my tent next day. Don't have to worry about all that. I think I'm in a good place, so I'm quite safe like for the tent. It's not too far away from the centre. It's probably about the same walk as what mine was yesterday. Anyway, I think I might go in there. Maybe not though. We shall see.
Shortly after this, I bumped into some lads from Birmingham and Manchester who roped me into going to the Fanzone to watch the evening game. I didn't get it on camera, but the Man U fan very kindly bought me a portion of chips at the food stand when I mentioned that I hadn't eaten any food all day. So special shout out to you, mate. After the game, we headed towards the main strip, where we encountered an army of drunk Scottish people.
Too many Scottish, mate. There's too many fucking Scottish.
No Scotland, no party. No Scotland, no party.
I ended up losing them. Like after that Scotland clip of like them all chanting at that bar, it got super crowded, and I guess they just kept going, and I got stuck in it. And then I lost them after that, and I ended up getting a kebab. So, bit of a shit ending, but you know what can you do? Like it was very fun nonetheless. The whole Fanzone experience was fucking brilliant. So, I genuinely cannot complain. And I'm tired. And I'm gonna go to bed. I don't exactly know what I'm gonna do tomorrow yet, but you know we'll figure it out when we get there. So. Anyways, I will see you boys tomorrow. Yeah, I actually had a really good night's sleep, but I fucking ruined it by walking around for fucking 3 hours trying to find the right fucking bar to have my breakfast at. Walked around like a headless chicken, went down that fucking road forever. And then I went to the right down there for fucking ever, didn't find a single fucking thing, ended up back at the McDonald's. Literally had 2.5 hours of walking around. The first game's at 6, it's about 2:30 now, so we got ages, but yeah, like I said, going into the train station to get Wi-Fi, pretty much. Alright, see you in a bit.
I spent my afternoon walking around the business district of Frankfurt, walking down the paved streets and passing by fancy shops and official buildings I would feel out of place even setting foot in. Eventually I found myself going back towards the Fanzone, where I ended up tailing the Turkey faithful.
So, those are the Turks. They've got a game today, so. It's been raining since about fucking 6 or 7 a.m. It's about 1 p.m. now, 1:30. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to make a move at some point. I can't sort of just keep waiting around to see if it stops raining, so I'm probably gonna get quite wet, unfortunately. It's fucking mid-June, for fuck's sake. How the fuck? Right, so today, since it's raining so much, I'm a bit conflicted. It's not raining like at the moment, but I feel some more raining coming along. I'm a little bit wet already, because obviously I decided I'm going to make a move, and I did. But I don't really fancy sitting around at the Fanzone and getting soaked. I also don't really fancy staying at the fucking pub with all the Scottish, because I'm going to imagine, even though they've literally got a game today, they're still going to be Scottish there, because there was so many yesterday. I can't imagine they've all fucked off. I don't know, I'll go by and see if there's any English, but also the drink's quite expensive, so I'm not 100% sure.
I did end up passing by the Fanzone to check the score for the Germany game, but I quickly wandered off to explore the city again. Some time later, I ended up in a market area where I thought it would be a good opportunity to buy some cheap food.
Right, so I finally found a fucking supermarket. It's an Aldi, which is not bad to be fair. I'll get good prices stuff. I've got almonds and bananas so far. Don't know if I'll get anything else, maybe like a sandwich or something. I don't know. We shall see.
By the time I got back to the Fanzone, the weather had cleared, but there weren't really any England fans walking around. So I decided to go to the one place I knew for sure there might be some. After that, some locals walked in.
Colomwani, son of a bitch!
Scotland get battered everywhere we go. Scotland get battered everywhere we go. Everywhere we go.
It was a good night, to be fair. Although Scotland did draw, so not the best night it could have been, but it was enjoyable nonetheless. We chatted about like tons of shit throughout the whole game, and to be honest, at one point I really thought they were going to sort of offer me a place to stay for the night. They did actually. They went like, oh well, you could come back to us, we have couch, and I was like, yeah. I went like, you know, I won't impose it, but yeah. And they sort of asked me afterwards, they asked me like where I was staying and stuff like that, and I was like, I'll just be honest, and I told them the whole wild camping thing and that, and after that they sort of looked at me like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, they were seriously like, dude, what the fuck? Like, they thought I was probably insane or some shit, which I suppose is understandable to a certain extent. I'm not gonna like, you know, lie and sugarcoat it and go like, oh yeah, I'm, you know, whatever. It is a bit mental, I get it. Anyway, whatever it is, they were a laugh. It was a good evening nonetheless, and tomorrow is a big day. It's England-Denmark, which will probably determine what the group's going to look like, so it's a very big day, and I do not have a ticket for a game, so I will be watching it at the Fanzone, so I have that to look forward to. Tomorrow is going to involve a lot less walking. It's going to be pretty much like I'll get up at whatever time, and I'm just going to wander over to a Fanzone at around 3, watch the first game, and then just stick around for the Denmark game pretty much. I'm not planning on doing much walking or anything at all, so that's about it really. So I'll see you boys in a bit. See you later. Alright, so at the laundromat, we've got 1 hour, 59 minutes on this one. It's about 1 PM, I think, on Saturday. And yeah, we got some English here. So we've got the England game today, but after the England game, obviously the plan was always to go to Cologne. So pretty much, I've got 5 days left on my Interrail pass, 4 of those days 100% are going to be used up for going down to Marseille and then going back up to Bordeaux. Which means, do I use an entire day just to go to Cologne? Or do I sort of find a more creative way of doing it, like hitchhike? I don't know what the hitchhiking situation is like in Germany. Or there's another option where if England beat Denmark, I would imagine the Slovenia tickets are going to go way down. Which means there's a possibility I could get one for really cheap, and then you get the free day travel. But obviously that's only about 16 hours before and after the game, which is not ideal because I kind of wanted to visit Cologne, you know. I do actually want to go, but I suppose that is an option because then I get free travel and I could sort of go up there, and then as soon as the game's done, I use that pass, a free pass, to sort of go as far south in Germany as I possibly can before the pass expires. That would probably be maybe the cheapest way to do it, but also that would involve the one where I'm not actually visiting Cologne at all, so, which is unfortunate. The cheapest option obviously is going to be the hitchhiking, but that's also the sort of a more risky one as well, because it's like I don't necessarily know what the hitchhiking is like around here. It might be completely shit. So I think today I'm gonna simmer on it today, and I'll make my decision probably tonight before I go to bed. Make my decision so that I can do whatever I need to do first thing tomorrow morning, I think. Either way, this is probably my last day here, and yeah, it's quite a nice town. I quite like Frankfurt.
After fighting my way through an army of Denmark fans whilst making my way towards the fan zone, I braced myself with my fellow Englishmen for what could be the deciding match of the group stage. Despite the unconvincing result and performance, I headed back to the O'Reilly's pub for the after party, which did not disappoint.
You lot will be pleased to know that I've decided I'm probably going to hitchhike, or attempt at least to hitchhike to Cologne tomorrow. I'm gonna try. I will give it tomorrow morning. If I get out of here tomorrow morning, then brilliant. If, you know, by the end of the fucking, you know, if after like quite a few hours I'm nowhere closer to fucking even getting off the mark, then I'll throw in the towel. I think I'll do the train thing. However, I think my condition is going to have to be, obviously what's happened with the Denmark game, the Slovenia tickets are not going to get any cheaper. I'll give a go, maybe, at hopping on a fucking a train to Cologne and pretending I'm like a dumb fucking English fan that doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Maybe, but I'm not that confident on doing something like that. Because I don't have like the fucking the match ticket thing offer. I'm not, you know, like I'm sort of, I don't know. I don't know if it's that easy to do. We shall see. All right. I will see you tomorrow. I'm not even going to do a bed one. This is my evening one. So yeah, I'll see you boys tomorrow.
On another rainy morning in Frankfurt, I set off for pastures new in the form of trying to hitch a ride off of a friendly German or football fan making their way to Cologne. With the help of my trusty cardboard sign, I was very hopeful about the prospect of meeting someone new I could chat to for an hour or so, but unfortunately it was not to be.
Well, that was a total bust. I was out there for about 3 hours total. Had a couple of sort of like no, sorry, sort of not going there or stuff like that. I think I had one where like they just pointed to the back and their back was like full of shit, so indicating that obviously they didn't have enough room for me. So I suppose that's a close, we can count that as like a close one. But that was about it really. Most of it was just people completely ignoring me, which I mean I suppose you can expect. Well, I think the reality is that people in Frankfurt are not going to Cologne, you know, at fucking 1 PM on a Friday, do you know what I mean? Like, it's probably not the right time. Cologne is like over an hour and a half away on the motorway even. It's just, and if you're in Frankfurt, such a big city, like why would you need to go to Cologne? Like it seems like it was already going to be a very small amount of people in the first place. Obviously in hindsight, it was worth a go anyway. I don't regret doing it. It's just right now, if I want to go to Cologne, I'm in the situation of gonna need to take the train, unfortunately, so it's a bit shit, but it is what it is. Heading to a train station now. We shall see in a bit. Right, so on the train towards Cologne. I'm gonna try to not activate my ticket until I'm being controlled, until the geezer asks for it. Hopefully he doesn't get to me in time. It would suck if he did, it really would. 1 hour train ride. I'd be wasting an entire day of travel for a 1 hour train ride. But I don't really have a choice. I could do the dumb Englishman thing, but I don't think it's going to work on this train, so yeah, that's about it. We shall see if it works. Well, we are in Cologne. I did not get my ticket checked, which is good. Fucking hell, look at this. Oi! That's fucking mad, that is. Bit big. My mission is, I've got to find the tram. I'm going to try to ride my luck with not paying for things. Figured out I'm just going to get on one and see what happens, because it's about a 1 hour and 15 minute walk to this campsite that I've kind of identified on Google Maps on the train over. I can't imagine they're going to kick up much of a fuss on some English bloke that doesn't speak any German, doesn't have his fucking 20-minute tram ticket. So that's what we're going to try to do, so I've got to find it now. Finding the subway station was pretty easy, and in no time I was already in the southern outskirts of the city. My destination was a campsite I had found on Google Maps the day prior. A long old bridge that I'm going to have to cross every day. Right, so I was talking to this geezer in the pub the other night in Frankfurt, and he told me that 16 years ago, during the last Euros tournament in Germany, they snuck in to a campsite for free and camped there for like a week. And I have it on good authority, I reckon this is the campsite they're talking about, down there. I reckon that's the one they were talking about, because that's pretty much the only campsite I found in or around Cologne that fit the criteria that they were talking about. Which means to me, they seem to say that it was pretty fucking easy for them to get in. So we are going to put that to the test. The campsite seemed completely full when I checked it out, so I decided to hold off on setting up inside, and instead I put my tent up in the woods right next to it. There was a path that went through those woods into the campsite, which made it easy for me to go to and from my tent without arousing any suspicion. By the time I was done setting up, it was already pretty late, and once I got to a bar that was showing the evening match, they had already stopped serving food. So I decided to get a kebab and a drink from the shop next door and sat down on the bench just outside of the bar to watch the rest of the game. This is probably the bummiest shit I've ever done. I must smell like really bad because no one wants to sit next to me.
This evening was not particularly eventful, however I was looking forward to tomorrow and seeing what this city truly had to offer.
Right, so it is Saturday, about midday, and yeah, I had a good night's sleep. It was alright, besides the fact that this massive fucking bridge is obviously some sort of motorway and just went all fucking night. It's like the most used motorway in Europe or some shit, I don't fucking know. Besides that, I'm going to see what the water situation is at the campsite. So I'm going to sneak in. After that, I'll get going into town, and I've got a couple of things to buy, supermarket to go to. So yeah, we shall reconvene in a bit.
Getting into the campsite was easy, as there was a back entrance gate you could use. No one was around, so I quickly filled up my water and even took the liberty of taking a tea bag and some sugar from the table in the corner. And don't worry, I went to the campsite bar afterwards and I ate a meal, so I'm not completely stealing from these lot. I then went back into town and encountered some Belgium fans in the main square who had a game on that day. But I couldn't stay there for long because I had another side quest to do. I went to Decathlon to buy some cooking equipment so I could make my own food with my jet boiler. I also found a supermarket not too long after, where I bought some German snacks and food that could easily last me the next few days if I wanted to. Cologne has a very pleasant vibe to it. Between the buskers and the colourful houses along the river, I definitely felt like I was on holiday when I was out in the town. However, I will say that the music on this boat did ruin the vibe for me just a little bit. Later that day, I returned to the campsite to take a shower and shave my 4-day-old stubble. I then cooked myself some rice and got to watch a man and his son do some fishing.
That shower was fucking lovely, by the way. It was like hot shower, absolutely fantastic. Exactly what I needed. Cleaned my hair, cleaned everything, shaved. So, you know, fucking class. I'll get to do that every day for about 4 nights, so that's going to be fucking brilliant. I'm probably going to go to the cafe at the campsite, or I think it looks like some sort of fish-based restaurant or something like that. We'll see, maybe just have a couple of pints, but I'll definitely be watching the game. I'll see you lot in a bit.
For my evening entertainment, I just went to the campsite restaurant and had a few drinks and a meal while watching the football. Not really much to talk about here, so let's move on to the next day. This day started with some more sightseeing. I got to see a sideways rotating bridge, which was pretty cool. I then visited the Lindt Chocolate Museum, which just made me want to eat chocolate. But the part I enjoyed the most was going into the Cologne Cathedral, which truly is the centerpiece of the city. I'm not a religious person by any means, but seeing the grandiose and detailed Gothic architecture of such a large and historic cathedral up close is truly a humbling experience. However, after such a nice day so far, another unexpected problem would arise as I arrived back at my tent.
So, I've come back to my tent, and I noticed some ants on top, and I looked underneath. You're not going to be able to see, but it is absolutely crawling with ants. There are ants, honestly, fucking everywhere. I don't know what to do.
I did the best I could given the situation I was in and wanting to still remain hidden from people walking down the forest path next to me, but I wasn't going to let this ruin my day, so I went back into town to watch the Scotland game.
It's not inherently bad, but it's just a bit dirty, isn't it? It's like you don't really want that many fucking ants. And also, I didn't necessarily want to end up like that guy in Scorpion King. That's not a great way to go. Yeah, so it's about 8:30. I'm gonna try to find a pub that has some England fans or some sort of something. I don't know. We shall see.
The problem was that most bars were showing the Germany game as both games were playing at the same time. At one point I decided to go up to a random bloke wearing an England shirt to ask him if he knew where I could watch the Scotland game. Turns out he was an absolutely sound young lad from Kent called Alex who was out here by himself to watch the England game in 2 days' time. We decided to team up to find a bar to watch the game together, but once we found that bar, we encountered something even more entertaining.
Oi, oi!
Three times now!
Oh, mate! Oh, double Matt.
He's the lower!
Lower! Below parallel!
He's done it.
Yeah, good luck.
Good lad.
The person you just saw is Judith. Her and her partner Jakob are students in Cologne who were in town to watch the Germany game. Alex and I spent the rest of the evening with them and made plans to meet up again in the future.
What are you filming for? For yourself or? YouTube, really?
I got Jakob's details and he said he might be going to the Fanzone in Cologne for the England game with his mate or something like that. He said he may or may not sort of like do it or something like that. So we added each other on Insta and I reckon I'll definitely shoot him a message to see if he's fucking around or something like that. So I've got some Germans to go to the fucking game, to the England game with. Not that, you know, they seem to quite enjoy like the whole English banter and all of that. There seemed to be a laugh. Unfortunately, the other lad, the English lad, Alex, he's actually going to the game. And we might meet up tomorrow. I got him on Instagram as well. And he's a really nice chap. So we might meet up with him tomorrow. And we might meet up with Jakob on Tuesday for the game. We shall see. Exciting stuff. Didn't even think I was actually going to talk to anyone tonight. I was thinking to myself, oh, you know, it's only the Germany game and the Scotland game. I didn't care much for. I thought, whatever. And turns out I actually met the most amount of people. I'm going to send you off to tomorrow. I will see you in a bit.
This day was a lazy day. I chilled around the campsite and made myself some late lunch in the form of some pasta.
I have also lost my sunglasses.
Later on, I met up with Alex to watch the Croatia game together. We also ate this absolutely banging schnitzel. The game didn't go very well for Croatia though.
Big bastards.
Croatia just got robbed. Italy scored in the last minute. Fucking unbelievable. Do you want to be on video? Or?
Can do, yeah.
Yeah? Do you have any thoughts?
Robbery. Absolute robbery.
Terrible.
Shit. Where's he pulled 8 minutes from? Well,
Embarrassing.
shocking.
The rest of our evening was spent at the Fanzone, which was really starting to be packed with England fans now.
We ended up having a meal with Alex, and he's cool. He's a good lad. We might see each other tomorrow. I'm definitely going to be seeing my dad. His train comes in at about 4, so I'll be meeting up with him at a train station, obviously at 4. Maybe buying tickets for the game. I will check the price tomorrow morning, and we shall see. I'm still on the fence, mate. I'm still hesitating, to be quite honest. I'll make my decision tomorrow. Jakob hasn't come back to me, the German guy, so, you know, maybe I should go to the game. not gonna lie to you lads, I'm a bit fucking pissed right now. My shirt, you will probably not be able to see it. There's a bunch of black fucking dots on it. I think it's like, due to moisture, it's like the fucking like moulding thing that you get in houses. Like, I assume the same has happened in the fucking tent. I had it in a fucking dry spot as well. I'm so fucking annoyed. Like, I'm actually genuinely fucking livid about it. So annoying. I'm in the southern part of Cologne at the moment. I'm not in like the main city. I'm just doing a bit of shopping, like having a look around at what's going on. But Jakob got back to me, said he's not going to be able to make it, and the tickets for the game have gone down to about like 120 quid or 130 quid. I think I'm going to buy tickets, lads, and I'll head up there with my dad and Alex probably as well. So I think it's going to be a good time instead of just going to a fan zone alone. I think this is a better option. Yeah, okay, it's 140 quid. It's a bit of money, but it's cheaper than the fucking Serbia tickets. So, that's probably what I'm going to do. I just went to some sort of like second-hand clothes shop over there. I'll put the name in the description because the guy was really nice. I got a Dortmund shirt and a Schalke shirt from it. I was looking for I was looking for a Cologne one and a Frankfurt one, but I think this is a pretty good fucking compromise. They look really nice. Like the Dortmund one's a pretty standard one. It's alright. The Schalke one looks fucking amazing. It is too small for me, but I'm hoping to I can stretch it out. I think from now on, wherever I go, I'll just go to like second-hand fucking clothes shops and stuff like that, because that is absolutely the way to go. Right, I'm gonna meet my dad at the train station. I'll see you boys in a bit.
After meeting up with my dad, we joined up with Alex at the Fanzone to watch the afternoon game together. We then all went up to the stadium together, despite the public transport being a bit of a tight squeeze.
This is the entrance to Köln Stadium. What's the name of the stadium?
Köln Stadion. Oh, Rhein Energie Stadion.
Rhein Energie Stadion.
Let's have it.
So, this is my gate number thingy, etc. So I think I'm on like the lower area, and on like the side. Not the side, like the fucking...
Gate 8, I need gate 8.
Gate 8. I'm gate 2, so we're probably going to have to separate.
Yeah.
Right.
Enjoy it. Yeah, I'll see you after. Alright, enjoy.
See you later. She's off. They grow up so fast. It's not as impressive of a stadium as the other one, the Schalke one, but looks good nonetheless.
After the game, Alex found me and informed me that Judith and Jakob were hanging around the stadium waiting for us. We then met up with them and they kindly showed us around their sports university campus, which was apparently the best in the country. I didn't film it because I didn't really think it was the right thing to do in the moment, but after that they invited us back to their apartment and this bit I did film.
Well, I just wanted to document that. I went to these lovely people's home after the game, and she made me pasta. That's great. Thank you very much. it's very nice. Alex is here as well.
Yeah, keep it.
I'm ready. No, but you gotta do it.
I've
you
got this, yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
here we go.
Alright, are you ready?
Yeah,
Right.
it's fine.
I need to get behind the camera.
Right, I'm ready. Ready as can be.
Well, he's not.
Yeah, hurry up because I'm low on battery.
On behalf of England and its fellow colonies, I present to you the England flag.
on behalf of the travels that we've done. So, well done. Shake off that hand.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure. There you go. Very
It's a
cool.
pleasure. It's
Very
a
cool.
pleasure for me. Yeah.
There you go.
Hello, there you go.
Unfold it.
There you go.
Brilliant.
That's brilliant. Keep on going.
So, what happened after that pretty much is we hung around there for a little bit, and they told us, oh yeah, the last tram is at so and so hour, you better go now, and we did. And unfortunately we missed it, so we had to take an Uber. We somehow, like, we fucking found a Uber place fucking pick up, got an Uber all the way back to the main train station. However, trams have stopped going until like 4 a.m. And at that point, Alex and I parted ways. Alex decided to opt for a bike, like he'd rent a bike thing, whatever it was. I unfortunately did not have internet on my phone. The hotspot on the fucking phone, the Cologne Wi-Fi for some reason isn't fucking working. So it is what it is, you know. We missed the fucking tram. It's our own fault. Like the last tram of the night. All I can say is, you know, Jakob and Judith were fantastic people, and in general they were laughing. You know, they invited us back to their place, and it was great. And I even got food, which was like fucking great. So, you know, very nice people. And yeah, it was really good. That's about it, really. Literally, I'm just at this fucking on the bench at the fucking station. I'm just gonna wait it out. The next tram is in an hour. It's about 4 a.m. And it is what it is. I don't know if I'm gonna be fresh tomorrow morning to, like, you know, at 10 a.m. fucking go. I might. I think the goal is pretty much to be in Switzerland by 6 p.m. To be in Bern by 6 p.m. tomorrow. I think it's the idea. By the time, obviously, the travel thing expires for the game. So, but whether that's going to materialise or not, I have no idea. But yeah, that's about it. I'll see you guys tomorrow, probably. See you in a bit.
We are leaving Cologne and we are going to Switzerland. Alright lads, we are officially in Bern. We are at Bern train station right now. I don't exactly know where I'm supposed to go. It is unfortunately 9:30 in the evening because both of the trains I was supposed to take were fucking late by a lot, quite a few hours. Kind of pissed by it. It's literally almost fucking dark. I haven't figured out what I really want to do. Like the evening game's already fucking started. Do I just want to sort of stop off somewhere on the way, watch the game, wait until it gets dark and then find a place to sleep, or try to find a place to sleep like really quickly and then come back for the game and probably fucking miss it. Like it's the worst fucking, it's kind of the worst situation. I have identified a place where I can stay for the night. I think it's to the left here, but it's always these situations. The woods that I've identified actually seem to be really close to the train station, which is good. I'm gonna go check them out now, so I'll see you in a little bit. I'm quite close to the road, but so down there, and then it's a left where a massive tree is, so it's gonna be quite easy for me to sort of remember it, even at night. So I'm on sort of a main road / where the trains sort of come in and out. So it's like there's only really a road, there's no like houses or anything. There's this sort of like industrial building there or some shit like that. I've got some pasta left over from Germany, I'm just gonna cook it up on this bench here, and just have a little fucking meal before I go to bed, I think, because like there's some people there. That's sort of a problem with train travel, I think. If you're not getting up at fucking silly o'clock in the morning. I got up at 10. By the time I was there it was 11. I'd missed a fucking 11 o'clock train, and then the 12 o'clock train got delayed fucking 4 hours. Just like I end up in this fucking city by fucking 9 PM. Like, what the fuck can I do? Do you know what I mean? Like, there's like, I need to get here this day. I've packed all my shit up. I'm not gonna sort of go and set up my tent again in fucking Cologne. Fucking hell. Well, we're here now. Anyway, we're in Bern. I will see you lot tomorrow, and we will visit Bern. I'm not gonna lie to you boys. The ants have invaded my tent again. It was a fucking nightmare this morning. Hundreds of them again. I really don't know what to do about it. It's a fucking pain in the ass. But besides that, we're in Bern. Half of it's in fucking German, the other half is in French. I don't know what the fuck's going on. There's a lot of these like musical people about. I'm trying to find like, I don't really know much about the fucking town, to be quite honest, but I guess I'm just gonna wander around and see if there's some nice shit to see. So.
Bern is a quaint little town in the middle of the mountains, filled with old markets, a medieval aesthetic, and a river flowing around it. There's even a free zoo where I got to see my first ever bear in real life. I stopped by a campsite I found on Google Maps where I was able to take showers for the rest of my time here. Next to the campsite there were some more free zoo exhibits like the flamingos, and even these really cool looking pelicans, which I thought looked pretty fucking awesome. I then tried my hand at bunking on the public transport back into town, which worked a treat, and I was able to go do some more shopping.
I'm at the supermarket, I'm getting myself my food, so cheapest rice there is. And I think I'm going to get some beans, I believe. Alright, so last night I couldn't see very well, but I'm camped like in those woods behind there, right, where the path is. Here is some sort of like, I think a uni building or something like that. Seems like it. I need water right now so that I can cook my food. So I'm going to see if there's a toilet anywhere here. While I'm here, I might as well shave. Right now I'm trying to figure out the Wi-Fi because they actually have Wi-Fi here. I'm on 2 bars, so it's not too bad. So I'm going to catch up on some shit right now. This is fucking brilliant. This is actually the spot. Fuck the campsite, dude. Like, this is the fucking place to be, man.
I spent my evening wandering around the town some more and stumbled upon some sort of dance class happening in the town square.
Fuck knows what's going on here, mate.
But besides that oddity, Bern seemed like the right move for me to have made on this trip. I went to bed excited for what the next day had in store for me.
A guy set up last night as I was entering my tent over there. Look how close we are. I basically didn't sleep a wink because I heard him fucking set up and I got really fucking scared. I don't know if he's still in there.
After that scare, I decided that since he hadn't murdered me yet, it was unlikely that he was looking for trouble, so I just went on with my day.
Alright, so items that I use part 2. I've got the water holder. Like, so I use this to carry all of the water that I use for obviously cooking and drinking. It's quite practical because it stores a lot of water. If I don't really have a tap nearby, I can bring a lot of water, or I can bring a little and then I can sort of fold it up quite easily. It folds up and it sort of
fits in a bag quite easily for transport if I don't have a lot of water or have none. For the cooking, I just use this little like cooking attachment that I got off of Temu. I got that off of Temu as well. I got this at like the local fucking camping shop or whatever. It's literally just a normal like jet fuel thing. This, I would say, is the MVP, or one of the MVPs of the whole trip. It's a device called an XPED, obviously, and it doubles, it triples, actually, it's a 3-in-1. It's a fan, it can be a light for night time, so the fan obviously being for pumping up the mattress, the air mattress, and it triples as a power bank for your phone or any electrical device. It's actually a damned good power bank as well. It's actually saved me when I've been in a bind, like a couple of times in Frankfurt notably, where I just had nowhere to charge. So honestly, like this one, really good. All of these have been useful. This one's got a hole in it now, so I'm going to have to get a new one, probably, or some kind of replacement. And yeah, that's about it.
I spent this day walking around the town doing some more sightseeing. I visited a church, obviously not as impressive as the cathedral, but still quite nice nonetheless. I got to see where I had walked the previous day from the ramparts, and I got to watch some old timers play a game of pétanque or boules, which is a French game where you need to throw the metallic balls as close as possible to the smaller wooden ball. It was nice to see it being played in another country. I then managed to find the Bern Museum, which looked like something straight out of a Harry Potter book, and I thought I could try to sneak my way into it.
Well, I actually got to see the beginning of the museum for like 5 minutes, but then security woman showed up and asked me to put this in the thing, because she was saying like you weren't allowed any food in it. Fucking hell, I actually would have gotten away with it as well if I didn't have food, but then she was like, oh, do you have a ticket? And I was like, yeah. Obviously I didn't. Fuck's sake. Well, I got in there for about 10 minutes, so whatever. Right, so here's the rub. I'm supposed to be at my cousin's in Marseille on the 30th. The problem is that the England game is at 6 p.m. on the 30th. She's probably picking me up at the train station. She says the evening. That can mean any time from like 6 till fucking 11. But I need to be somewhere to watch the game. So what I was thinking is, I'm just gonna get there early. I'm pretty much done visiting Bern. Bern is like a 2-day town. Like there's not that much to see. It's not that big of a place. It's very nice. I very much enjoyed it. But I've been here 2 days and that's it. Like I'm pretty much done, really. So tomorrow we've got some football games. We've got a game at 6 and a game at 9. I've got to distract myself tomorrow until 6. Go somewhere to watch the games. And then what I was thinking is, since it's going to take me like 11 to 12 actual hours of train to get to Marseille from here, and that combined with my fucking ant problem that is still not going away, like every fucking day I'm finding ants in my tent like that just appear out of nowhere. There's got to be a hole in my tent or some shit. It's fucking ridiculous. So obviously with all these factors combined, I reckon my best plan of action is to leave tomorrow evening, take the last train possible, one at like 1 or 2 in the morning, wherever I end up, because there's going to be like 4 different transfers on my like 12-hour commute. Wherever I end up at like 4 in the morning, I just sleep there for a few hours until like fucking 7 or 8, hop on the next train, and then get to Marseille hopefully like early afternoon sometime. And then that gives me a few hours to sort of like get established, find somewhere to watch the game. And so if my cousin shows up late or like after 6 or whatever, I'm already somewhere where I can watch the game. It doesn't really matter, it doesn't affect me. Pretty much that's the idea I've come to the conclusion of. I think that's like the best of all worlds, where it's like I don't have to spend another night in the tent simply because of the ants. It's become a huge problem. And on top of that, I don't have to spend like another half day in Bern because there's really not much point.
So I think that's what I'm going to do, lads. Right, so I've had an idea. So the past 2 days I've been here, I keep seeing people along the Saal. It's the name of a river, the Saal. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it. They drop in to the river and then they just go downstream. Like they pack all their shit in like a dry bag or something. You know, they hop in and then they sort of go downstream because the stream is so strong. And I keep seeing people do it. I saw people do it all yesterday and that. And last night I was sort of thinking to myself, do you know what? Seems like a laugh. Alright, I'll go. Not too far away. Thank you. Alright, so those kind people over there said they'd watch over my stuff whilst I go. See how cold it is. That is fucking bolting. Alright. Oh, fuck me. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, it's fucking cold, bush. It is fast, I'll tell you that much.
From what I can remember, I believe this was the coldest water I have ever been in my life.
Better be recording. Tell you how much. Right. I nearly missed it then. Oh, that is so cold. That is so fucking cold. Now the walk of shame. We fucking did it though. So I sat down for like 5 minutes to dry myself off. The two geezers that were standing next to me had just gone before me. Or maybe not just gone before me, they had gone before me 5 minutes before. They were having a joint, they offered me their fucking joint, we had a conversation about football, it was very nice. Bit short though, 5 minutes, something like that. Sorry I'm out of breath, I'm going up a fucking steep thing. And then the other geezer was sitting on the other side of me, this guy called Vin. We had a conversation about like travelling and places to like different cities around the world and stuff. And he offered me a Coke, a drink, and he said, oh, you can keep like the £2 for the fucking glass and you can fucking cash back in. Fucking two lovely interactions within like fucking 5 to 10 minutes just because I sat down on a bench for like 2 seconds. Unreal. Fucking hell. Bit of a weird fucking place, Bert, but I'm liking it so far. I'm liking it.
On my way back into town, I stumbled upon a music shop and bought myself this vinyl. It wasn't exactly what I was looking for, but it will add nicely to my collection.
Right, it's about 5 PM and I'm going to make myself some food. I'm all packed up, got my shit. This is going to be my last sort of campsite-y meal, I guess, or camping meal. I think I'm going to be doing the whole trip because tonight I'm heading towards my cousin's, so tomorrow I will be in Marseille, hopefully. Like I said, it's about 5, so that gives me about an hour to eat and make my way over to a pub to watch the first game. I think it's the Switzerland game first. And after that we've got a game at 9, that takes me to about 11. And then I've got about an hour or two to wait at the train station until my train. And then my train will drop me off in Geneva. And then I've got about 3 hours layover there. I'll try to get a bit of kip in, and then I'll basically, hopefully, if everything goes well, I'll be in Marseille by early afternoon. So that will give me plenty of time to find somewhere to eat and watch the England game at 6. See you later, guy who slept next to me for 3 nights. Thanks for not murdering me. See you later.
Once I'd packed up, I spent the next few hours in town watching the Switzerland game outside a bar. I then got on my train and set off for a 12-hour commute down to Marseille. Now, there really isn't much to talk about the train ride down, as it was pretty uneventful. The only highlight being the bench I got 4 hours of sleep on at Geneva train station.
This looks incredibly comfy.
And of course, the random regional pétanque tournament I got to attend for about an hour somewhere in southeastern France. But besides that and the back-to-back 4-hour train rides on a hot summer morning, I got to Marseille without much of a hitch or problem. I'll tell you what, it is fucking hot though, fuck me. Woo! My cousin Chloe and her partner Olivia picked me up near the train station without much waiting around, and got back to their place pretty quickly after that. But I didn't get to rest for very long as the England game was about to start. So it was off to a local English pub where I got to watch England play like shit for 90 minutes. But then, when I thought it was all over, this happened. Over the next few days, Olivia graciously showed me around the beautiful city of Marseille. It's a place that has a very unique culture relative to the rest of France, and you can see that reflected in its decorated city streets, old architecture, and even its ancient history. Funnily enough, I had already visited Marseille once before during the Euros in 2016, but this was the first time I had truly seen the city in its best light. And so reaching Marseille pretty much marked the end of my unique adventure. After this, I was heading back to see family, then I was going home. And yeah, England didn't win the Euros in the end, but that's not the end of the world for me. All things considered, there were many highs and certainly some lows as well in my time spent in Germany. But at the end of the day, I can easily say this trip went better than I could have possibly imagined. And in some years' time, I probably won't even remember the ants, the train delays, and all the other negative stuff. But what I will remember is the kind people that I met while out there. People who single-handedly restored my faith in humanity and created the most memorable moments of my adventure. And those memories I'll keep for the rest of my life. Thanks, guys.